What's going on, Answer Squad? It is your boy James here.
Hey everybody, it is your girl Melissa.
And we are the Answers Uncut.
Are you about to get married is the question. Are you dating somebody and it's getting a little serious? You guys may need to watch this before you take it any further. In today's episode, we're actually going to be discussing the top financial questions that you need to discuss with your partner before getting married.
That's right. I mean, finances is the second largest leading reason why a lot of marriages end up in divorce. So if you want to be able to have a fruitful, sustaining marriage, check out this video, watch it all the way to the end, because we're going to drop some questions that you may not have thought of that you need to ask your spouse before you say I do. So, the first question. Can
you guys guess?
All right. So, I mean, this is a question that it sounds superficial when you ask it, but it's necessary because you need to know these things.
Absolutely.
Not saying you should base love off of these questions, but you need to know that way you guys have a game plan. So, the first question is, what do you earn? What do you earn?
Yes.
A lot of times, you get into a relationship or you start off a relationship and, you don't know certain things about the person because you haven't gotten deep into the finances of somebody's financial situation. And you want to just come out and ask, you want to ask, how much do you earn? Because you may be expecting a certain lifestyle and, if the partner cannot provide that, or does not have those finances in order, you just need to know. That way you're not led on to any false expectations, because people love to put their best foot forward. So you need to know the real, you need to see the facts, and that's just the first one.
And the second one is, what do you owe? So to James's point, it's very important to see what do you earn, but how much of that money are you actually keeping? Because a lot of times it's not what you make, it's what you keep. And understanding a budget and making sure here's my income, but here are my expenses. This is what I'm left over with. Is very important when you're going into a marriage. That
is so true, guys. I ain't gonna lie. When we first started dating, I had some student loans and some credit card debt and stuff. But I mean, it was just, it was good because we were able to share it and be transparent with each other and be able to help each other out.
Yeah, remember I made a budget form for you?
Yeah, you did. She hooked me up.
That was crazy, yeah.
She made me a budget form.
And that was before we even started dating, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we were still friends.
Yeah.
At the time. At the time, we were still friends. So, it's just, things that you can do to help your partner. If you see where they're at financially or you see what they have going on, you can bring some knowledge into the relationship just to help them out.
Absolutely. And understanding what you owe is very important going into a marriage, because essentially it could almost sometimes feel like their debt is going to now become your debt. So you guys do need to make sure you guys have a clear understanding as to, do you owe on a home? Do you owe on a car? Do you have a personal loan that's out there lingering over your head? You want to make sure that you guys be transparent, open, and honest, and bring these things to the table before saying I do.
So the third thing you need to ask is, what do you own? Do you own a house? Do you have some real estate property? Do you own, a car? Kids? What do you kids?
That may be a good question.
Do you own any kids? That's a good one. Because you need to know.
Yes, you do.
You need to know what you're getting into. So, that's the next question. What do you own? You have to know what your partner owns. That way you guys are just fully being transparent and are able to maximize on some things. You may own a property that is not being used, and you guys can have a discussion. Hey, let's make it a rental property. Boom. And the couple may not have been thinking about that, but just being transparent with each other up front, about these questions can help maximize the two of your relationship financially as a whole.
All right, guys. So the next thing you might want to talk to your partner about before getting married is, as you all have guessed it, it's credit score.
Yup. What is your credit?
So you guys definitely want to make sure that you be open and forthcoming in terms of, hey, what is your credit score? What does that credit look like? Like, what's up, man?
Yeah. Because I mean, ultimately, credit is a powerful tool.
It is.
That you guys can utilize together, whether you're trying to purchase a house together or purchase a vehicle.
Yeah.
And knowing what your partner has on their credit score, helps out a lot, because now you can help fix each other's situations. I know when we first met, back again, she helped me out.
I printed out your first report.
You printed out my first credit report, and I had some stuff on there that I called and got them taken off, and it shot my credit score up. And then just from there, I'm able to kind of continue to build.
It's so crazy, because I remember like printing out his free annual credit report and having sticky notes like, call this person, settle this debt, or call this and dispute it, or you question mark, do you know who this person is? Or and it's crazy because as you guys are about to bless that union and become one, it's so important to uncover these things. I like to think of credit as a closet. You're opening up that door, like, what does this person have in the closet? Because a lot of times when you guys are discussing credit, it can reveal a lot of habits or things that you may have not known about this person.
And I had some bad habits, y'all. I was
wasn't
young.
Gonna say nothing.
I was young. I was in my early 20s, and I wasn't financially responsible. Or
you were though. You were.
I wasn't credit. I guess there wasn't so much emphasis on credit, because you don't learn about credit in college. They don't teach you about credit in college. They don't teach you in high school. You don't learn it growing up, and just the importance of it. So if you don't have anybody guiding you to say, hey, credit is important, take care of your credit, you won't really put any importance behind it. So you'll kind of neglect it, and that's just why I had to have that mindset switch about credit and just understand the importance of it. And now I ain't trying to brag or nothing,
we in the 800 club.
We in the 800 club right now, so holla at your boy.
Which is such a blessing, but it took us working together in order to get there to that point. And we were a little fast. We were doing that before we even actually got in a relationship with one another. We were helping each other out as friends.
That's true.
So that leads us into the next question, which I think is super important, you guys. And that's asking your partner, how did they deal with money when they were growing up? How did their household deal with money growing up? Because right then and there, you're discovering their financial blueprint or the blueprint that their family lived by, which can have so much effect on the blueprint that you guys create as a family moving forward.
And that's so true, guys. I mean, when you grow up, like I was saying, and you don't have any awareness with credit and financial literacy, that's just what you carry along until you're taught differently. And a lot of times, because of the reason that a lot of couples don't have these tough conversations, that's why finances is the second leading reason why a lot of marriages fail, because they're on two different money blueprints. And the money blueprint is pretty much your views and your perception about finances and money. If you're somebody that loves to spend and live above your means, you've learned that from somewhere. You've seen that somewhere, and that's why you do it. It's not your fault. That's just what you were taught. That's what has been ingrained in your mind. So in order to change that, you just have to be aware that, hey, well, my family used to spend above their means, and that's where I get it from. And it's not that, hey, that's just what I love to do, but I need to change that.
It's learned behavior. And sometimes it may just be, it's so much power in just understanding. There's so much power in just understanding, like, this is where I've learned this from, and just acknowledging that this is something I've learned, but this is not something that I want to carry on. For me, my personal story is hoarding money. I had I was gonna say I had a family member, but I just let the cat out of the bag. You guys, y'all ancestral, you guys are family, but my dad is African, and He loves to save. Loves to save. Doesn't like to spend any money. Very frugal. Remember that time we went to the Georgia Aquarium? And it was like 4 of us. And it was like, it came up to like $100. And my dad was like, hey, you pay $100 to see fish? Like, hey,
he did not.
He couldn't rationalize
spending $100 to see, like.
So, and it's crazy because I learned along my journey, along my financial journey, that I had a lot of his bad habits. Like, I would save money. I would keep all my money in the savings account. Like, I wouldn't invest. Like, I wouldn't, contribute to my retirement plans and things like that, because I'm just like, I have to save all my money. And just like James said, when we laid these things on the table, we were able to acknowledge that and discover those bad habits, and to be able to do things like read books and pray and have deep discussions in order to switch our mindset. So it was so important for us to ask these questions in terms of us changing the bad habits that we didn't want to bring into our marriage.
Yeah. And not to say that saving is bad, but
if
you're able to maximize your money and, get more out of it, make your money work for you, that's even better.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't getting too many returns keeping it at the bank, though.
Yeah, you get what, 0.001%? Like, you're not making any money from that.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I still love you, Dad.
So, the next question is understanding what will be yours, what will be mine, and what will be ours.
What will be mine, what will be mine, and what will be ours.
In other terms, as all women know. So, it's good to lay down the foundations of, what is yours, what is mine, and what is ours. Like, do we have... We also did an amazing video on separate versus joint bank accounts. If
you guys didn't see that, make sure you guys take a look at that.
Check that one out.
Things got real.
Yeah.
Things got real.
When it comes down to it, no relationship is the same. There's no one size fit all. But at the same time, it's good to understand what's going to work for this relationship.
Yeah.
What is ours may be different for another relationship.
Yeah. And even setting those expectations. You may go into this union and this marriage and thinking, oh yes, whenever we get married, all his money gonna be my money and all my money gonna be his money, when he may have a completely different set of expectations. So making sure that you guys ask these questions before you guys take things further is so critical to the foundation of having a successful marriage.
That is so true. And I mean, just thinking back, to certain situations of, high profile celebrities and people that are going through divorces and stuff and having to split up money. I don't mean to get, gossipy or anything, but Dr. Dre is a situation right there where he's going through a divorce with his wife, and, his wife was saying that there wasn't a prenup, and he was saying there was a secret prenup, and ultimately, like, he's gonna have to fork up millions of dollars, and he's trying to protect his assets, and there's just a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unclearness in that situation. And finances is, I'm pretty sure, part of the reason why they're getting divorced too. And that's just, it's bad to see, because a lot of times the foundation is not there. You guys are not having these upfront conversations, and if you need to sign a prenup, you need to let that be known.
Yeah. Do we believe in prenups?
We
gonna have to say this for another episode.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, I ain't really got shit, so. I was just joking, guys. But
I was gonna be like, wait, what? That was so funny. But you do, though.
But at the same time,
that's a good joke.
But at the same time, it's like,
I'm so sorry. That was just so funny.
It just depends on what works for you two. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think we do need to make that another episode, because you have a lot of assets, and then you have a business. And I think when people think prenup is like what you have right now, is what you have now, what God is going to bless you with in the future. So we'll save that for another episode.
Yeah,
totally.
we will.
That was funny. All right, So the next financial question that you guys need to discuss before getting married is, how much do you guys want to spend on kids together? Okay, the next question is... So y'all just make sure y'all ask that question.
So, yeah, if you have kids or if you're looking to have children, you want to know, hey, are we going to set aside money for their college fund?
Yeah.
You know, because that's important. You're going to have to set money aside from whatever income you're making. And, you know, if your spouse does not agree with that, y'all need to talk about that.
Yeah,
you know?
Very true, very true.
I feel like our kids are going to have to, you know, they're going to have to get some scholarships. Or they could get a college fund, but if they get scholarships or something like that,
I think we'll do both.
Yeah, you know, they'll get a car or whatever, you know,
maybe
whatever.
To start a business.
Yeah, start a business.
But being able to discuss that, like we've been saying, just making sure you guys are upfront, and you guys are forthcoming, and you guys discuss these topics.
Yeah.
And they may not always be easy, guys, but you do need to make sure that you ask them, which leads us into our last and final question.
The final question is, what are your financial goals?
Yes.
What do you want for your future financially?
And in the priority that you want them. So if your top priority is getting a house or retiring at 50, you guys need to say that. You guys need to discuss your financial goals and in the order that you want them to be achieved.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly feel like that, if anything, should be, you know, one of like the first questions that you ask, because ultimately, you know, you got to be going towards the same place. If you know, one of your partners are like, well, you know,
one of your partners.
Oh no, not one of your partners.
How many partners you got?
I mean, your partner.
One of your partners.
Y'all get what I'm saying. So if your partner is like, you know, I don't really have any financial goals, then you guys can plan and, you know, sit down with a financial advisor and, you know, strategically come together with some plans and some goals, because you can't just be living, you know, just
living and gallivanting about.
Just be thinking like, oh, well, things is going to be okay. Like, nah, a lot of people retire broke. And you see that more than anything in your industry.
Yeah, a lot. And the crazy thing about it is when you ask this question, you really understand that person's drive. I think having a question, when we had this discussion, like James is like, I don't want to work forever. Like, I want to be retired and at this age, and I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to be a millionaire. And it's just like, oh my God, like you got it going on. Like when you have these discussions, you really get to the root of who a person is and what drives that person. So it's so interesting that we talk about this, because I think when we talked about financial goals, that's when I knew I'm just like, okay, I'm definitely gonna marry him. But at the same time, he definitely has the drive to help me want more and to do more and to be better and to just be great. And this is why I feel like these financial questions are so important, because they lead to so many other different topics that you guys need to discuss before getting married. But yeah, I don't want to get long-winded.
No, I mean, you're 100% right, you know, and just understanding each other's goals is just important, because that's what's going to drive you to, you know, how you're going to get to that goal. You know, and that's just understanding that is going to affect the way you guys, you know, live and cohabitate.
And communicate.
Yeah. But you guys it's been an amazing video. Make sure you guys are asking these questions. You know, we'll have all the questions listed in the bottom in the description.
No, we won't. You guys gonna have to watch this video for this one.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch. You're gonna have to watch it, guys. We could throw it in there, but you still want to check this video out, because you want to understand what to ask
before saying I do.
That is true.
Because you may ask these questions and be like, I don't. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this fool.
That's because once you say I do, it's like
yeah. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and make sure you guys subscribe to our channel.
That's right.
Yes.
Don't forget to like this video.
Give it 2 thumbs up.
That's right. Hit the post notifications as well, and you know, lastly, we just want to ask, you know, what do you guys want to see from us? Do you guys want to see some more finance videos, some more, you know, informational videos, funny videos, story times, whatever you guys want to see, drop in the comments below as well too, and we'll be sure to deliver them for y'all.
Yes, and if this is feeding you guys, let us know, because we want to know that we're helping somebody out there by sharing our journey. All right, we love you guys. Peace out. We are the Answers Uncut.